Arriving at the boarding house, Muliani parked her motorbike accompanied by all prayers. Humans can try, must, obligatory, must try, but there is a space called the dynamics of life. It has been locked. There is also CCTV there, understandably, above the girls' boarding house. Good too, of course. Facilities that support security must be provided. Still, in a broad life, the dynamics of life create too many possible opportunities that might occur. That is what makes humans helpless, powerless to ensure that they get everything they want. And I still don't want to make my mother's calm face change to being so incredibly angry at my father because I am hunting down the one who stole my bike. Muliani, who was enjoying the process of tidying up her equipment, took a deep breath of calm. The night wind that was more than cool, piercingly cold, made Muliani's fatigue feel very thick, making Muliani want to enjoy the bed immediately. My profession requires a lot of energy. I really like being tired, but this kind of thick fatigue takes longer to recover. Thick fatigue because I've been sleeping late for 3 days in a row. That makes me want to enjoy more time with the bed. Muliani took care of her motorcycle security with all her heart. She looked at the ordinary-looking black motorcycle for a moment. It didn't look like a well-maintained motorcycle, nor did it look like an unkempt motorcycle. When she had free time, Muliani would visit a clean river located far from the city to wash her motorcycle freely and comfortably. Muliani enjoyed washing her motorcycle in a river located in an area that considered washing a motorcycle in a river a normal thing. Of course, that made washing a motorcycle very enjoyable, even more enjoyable. It pleased Muliani's heart. In addition, Muliani chose a part of the river that was not easily caught by the eyes of people passing by. There are still many who think, why is a girl washing a motorbike in a river? Why is she washing it alone and by herself in a river? Questions that are free to be asked by anyone who wants to ask. And I prefer not to get that question. Which rule makes it illegal for girls, inappropriate for girls to wash their motorbikes alone and by themselves in the middle of a stretch of grass? The sky stretching wide with calm flowing water. Girls who can't take care of themselves should wash their motorbikes at home, prioritizing their own safety. But that doesn't mean girls can't wash their own motorbikes. That doesn't mean they can't do something they want. That doesn't mean they can't do something they feel comfortable doing. An injustice imposes prohibitions and obligations on only one party. Moreover, it takes away the free rights of another party. The call should also be for those bastards who like to take advantage of others for their own benefit, for their own satisfaction. Look at a girl who is alone. She just bothers, just takes away the free rights, the comfortable rights of others, just creates discomfort and suffering for others. Once in a while, Muliani also takes her motorbike to the repair shop. Once in a while, the most important thing in motorbike maintenance is changing the oil. Maintained sufficiently so that the motorbike can keep running without breaking down. That's enough. Enough for Muliani. Other engine maintenance is only done once in a while. Muliani feels that the money from motorbike maintenance can be used for other things that are considered more necessary, more in need. Life provides everything. We just need to believe, just need to search, also need to wait. When the time comes, we will definitely find what we need, which will be very helpful. Like that small river, comfortable, not seen by people coming and going, with clean water, comfortable terrain. The current and depth of the river are pleasant to enjoy for soaking while looking at the sky alone, helping me wash freely. Not only the dust on my motorbike that was freed, my heart, my soul too. The river has a magical power to calm the heart. That is if you believe. And that is if the river is beautiful, not a river that has been raped or polluted. But even if it has been raped, isn't it still possible to make it beautiful? Despite Muliani's ignorance on how to restore a polluted river to its original beauty, Muliani believes that a polluted river can still be restored to its beauty, just as an ugly body due to illness can return to being extraordinarily beautiful as it should be. Muliani went down the stairs feeling tired while carrying all the therapy equipment packed in several bags. Her tired body made Muliani really want to kiss the bed immediately. Being next to the river made the wind blow harder. Kissed tired and cold, Muliani went down the stairs still with full strength, enjoying her surroundings. Muliani was grateful for the policy of making the river look like it was flowing with lights at night for the owners of buildings on the riverbank. The light made the atmosphere no longer feel as dark and gripping as before. The light was indeed extraordinary. Muliani continued to walk while enjoying the cool night air that made her face freeze. The frost that penetrated Muliani's clothes without a jacket penetrated Muliani's body that had used up a lot of energy by working and exercising in between her work. The frost was able to penetrate Muliani's body only because tonight was Muliani's third night of sleeping late in a row. If it weren't like that, the frost of the night would not have penetrated Muliani's body that was not covered by a jacket. Even though the freezing cold penetrated her tired body, Muliani's face remained calm. Muliani's calm face was in harmony with the calmness of the silent night. Muliani really liked the silence of the night like this. Muliani also liked other silences. The silence in the early morning, the silence when she was driving in the middle of the hustle and bustle of the streets were also very much liked by Muliani. Once on the third floor, Muliani created peace for herself again. After putting down the bags containing therapy equipment, Muliani checked the kitchen. The kitchen saved the cost of food for the young villagers who were studying in the city. With the money that was more than enough that their parents sent, which would not even be enough to pay for college assignments, let alone if they still had to buy food 2 or 3 times a day. Of course, the presence of a kitchen was very much needed. The kitchen was something very fundamental, a very basic, very important need. The kitchen used to be a boarding room. The room next to the bathroom was sincerely requested to be allowed to be converted into a kitchen. In addition to the room next to the bathroom being worried about being damp, also because the remaining part of the third floor was only 10 rows of rooms, leaving no other functional parts. Asking is hard. Asking once is already incredibly hard. Asking twice, of course, is even more incredibly hard. Very hard. Not asking would certainly be even harder for everyone. For Muliani and her fellow fighters, that was already a compromise that was widened, making Muliani increasingly unable to not remember the owner's favor not as generosity. Muliani acknowledged it as generosity. Muliani remembered it as generosity. Muliani knows that amidst the differences in capacity to complete their duties on duty, her juniors also have something in common: sincerity. The juniors that Muliani considers sincere do not want to bother Muliani, making them unable to convey their basic needs. Muliani likes that. Likes those who choose to compromise with the situation, not whining because of shortcomings. That sincerity gives a more beautiful color to the place where Muliani lives with her juniors. That liking grew a very deep appreciation from Muliani. Muliani did not want her sincere juniors to have to ask. Therefore, Muliani preferred to create a situation where there was no need to ask for her very young juniors, who were still at an age where they really liked food. To compensate for the absence of a food storage machine, aka refrigerator, Muliani compliments the source of animal food that is easy to store without a storage machine. Animal food that is easy to store without a machine is called eggs. Eggs are always there, always available in the kitchen. Muliani provides various kinds of eggs: duck eggs, quail eggs, camping chicken eggs, and also regular chicken eggs. Muliani understands and acknowledges the deliciousness of animal food. The availability of easily stored animal food sources is expected by Muliani to still give her juniors the opportunity to enjoy the opportunity to fulfill their still great appetite. With pleasure, Muliani checked the rice container, which was still full. So was the stock of dry noodles. No instant noodles, only dry noodles. Dry noodles are not only healthier, they are also more filling. Anyone can enjoy dry noodles that must be processed by themselves to satisfy the need to enjoy snacks or really want to enjoy noodles to fill their hungry stomachs. Cooking noodles is not difficult. The juniors only need to use Muliani's ready-made spices or mix their own spices. The presence of eggs gives juniors the opportunity to be creative, especially creative at night. Enjoying the night with homemade snacks such as instant noodle soup Ayla Ayla, which is equipped with eggs and vegetables to add freshness, or even to add nutritional quality. Martabak, noodle martabak, rolled eggs, mini omelets printed in molds or other foods while doing assignments or just spending time with friends.